Welcome back, everybody, to Prevent-a-Thon for live on Twitch. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight and making us a part of your weekend. My name is Addy Joe, and we are in the midst of our rhythm block. And although our next game is a shoot 'em up, music goes hand in hand with it, as we're going to get to learn together. And one thing that we get to learn about while we are here is the importance of the charity of why we're here, Little Warriors. And Little Warriors is, again, a Canadian-based charity focused on the awareness, prevention, and treatment of child sexual abuse. If you have the opportunity to donate, please, I implore you to do so. Every little bit goes a long, long way. And with that, gamers, we are ready for our next run. Our next runner is an extremely talented shoot-'em-up gunner, and in fact, they are the world record holder for the very game and category they are about to run. So, let's get hyped and join me in giving a Prevent-a-Thon welcome to Magius as they do a Shin hard difficulty run of Macross Shooting Insight. Suit up, Magius.
Thanks, Addy. Thanks, Joe. Hi, all. I'm Magius1. Otherwise known as Mage, or Magus, or Mageius. Your choice on how you feel like, calling me on that one. And this will be a run for Macross Shooting Insight. On the couch with me tonight is...
It's me, Derek. How's everyone doing tonight? I hope you're as excited for this game as I am.
I know.
I am ready for it.
I know, you huge Macross and Robotech fan. And, I'm a huge fan of both as well. Anyway. Love chat on that one. Anyway, before I get started here, I want to showcase just one of the rules in this run does allow for the lowest level of auto healing. That is for a reason, as you all will see right here, as I take a lot of damage to this boss here. Just also gives you a small teaser of some of the music to come.
Which are bangers, by the way.
Yes, they all are. I know, Joe.
I made myself a playlist of it.
And I know Joe got to hear it last time during Multi-Thon. But just for example, even on just an S Plus or SS Plus, that's an example of just how little health you get back on hard mode. So if you can imagine just getting through the entirety of a run, and to show you one other small thing about just why it's sort of, I won't say necessary for myself, but willing to be allowed in the speed run. Just give me a sec to get through here quick. It's more about just showcasing rather than trying to proceed through things. You also get to notice that there's 3 different styles of our Valkyrie. This is the second one of Battleoid. Now, if you notice how I have, made it through a little bit, keeping this introduction a bit short quick. Oh no, I took a death, which is actually treated as a game over. Now, if I were to restart, I will automatically start back at the beginning of whatever mission I died on with the same amount of health I left the last mission from. So you can imagine just how much that adds up over time. So, yes, there's a reason for that one. So, before things start, I need to showcase that we do have the default level for health and the assist attack, and the DLC is on. We're going to be doing this on arcade mode. We're going to be using Shin, the hero of Macross Zero. This, as it will be on hard mode, with the DLC, with the auto recovery, and Derek, no, our song list for this evening. As we found out in Multi-Thon that this was possible, our song list for this evening.
Can't wait.
All set so that you all get to hear the most music you can. So, let's get started in a 3, a 2, a 1. Let's go.
Good luck.
Good luck. I love how the reflex is, as soon as the countdown, everyone goes good luck.
I mean, everybody wishes for good luck on this type of runs. Honestly, for Shin here, he's got the most, basic of, gun on that one. We do not get an upgrade as far as weapon types go. We get power up. Actual damage power up on that one. Which is what these little Goldest gems do. The actual containers here give stuff for like our for the unlockables. It's really not necessary, and they really don't do anything for the speedrun, but you will see me get them every now and then. The assist attack that I just showed is, you know, according to the game, it is supposed to be the ships helping you out firing. Because yes, using Google Translate, you can actually understand some of the story at present. Although the English localization is coming out December 6th. The game is... go ahead.
All I was saying is, ooh, we're just in time for Christmas.
Yep. And essentially that'll be for the PS4 and PS5 and Switch, as the game is already out on PC, although not with the English localization. I don't know what they're going to do for that one when it comes out. I'm hoping like a patch or something for those that have bought it already. So I know a lot of fans were holding off and waiting for that one when they found out that that was going to happen, since it is available worldwide and it's the first Macross game to be released worldwide. And we're just slowly...
Is it really the first
Yes.
Macross game worldwide?
Yeah.
So, not to play 20 questions with you, but, you know, that's what I'm kind of here for. Macross has been around since, like, the 80s, 90s, hasn't it?
Yes. Don't get us started. Don't get me or Derek started with the history on that one, with the international distributing thing. It's complicated. It is very complicated.
I was thinking about this the other day. So, to kind of, like, touch on it, it was the 80s and 90s, and anime distribution was really hard. There wasn't the internet. And a lot of times, it happened with Power Rangers, it happened with Voltron, but a lot of old cartoon Japanese media was often kind of Frankenstein. And that's what Robotech that we got in America was.
I
was kind of...
was going to say, I actually consider it more of a... They did the best they could to meet the sort of, like, amount that they could meet for the... God, what is it? The minimum for syndication, but that they Frankensteined some of the actual shows that also had Super Dimension in their title. With the second show, the Master's piece for it, because its full name is Super Dimension Cavalry Southern Cross. It was made by the same people that, well, Big West still did that on there, if I recall correctly. So I like to think of it as like, what if instead of the 3 shows being 2 separate things, you know, they actually were interconnected, at least somewhat. That's my take on it for the first 2. Oh, also, we just beat the first stage.
Woohoo! But yeah, it was so, you know, people who grew up in the 80s, 90s grew up with Robotech. Well, let me clarify. Those of us in the North Americas, I'm not sure about Europe, I cannot speak to that. We grew up with Robotech, which kind of had some of the storyline and definitely was very formative for me growing up.
Oh, I remember when they released it on Cartoon Network during one of the first things with Toonami. It was sadly one of the first things to go, but that's when I saw it.
I'm gonna age myself. My dad had VHS tapes of Robotech.
I mean, I've got the
and I remember
Protoculture collection from like 07, so...
Oh,
that thing is huge.
Loved that. But it was so. It's really kind of cool that we're finally getting maybe a resurgence in it.
I believe
this is some.
I believe.
Go ahead.
Part of the reason why Robotech and Macross finally came to terms with some stuff, and it's complicated on that one, and it's not worth getting into a 35-plus year legal thing on that one. Thanks, Army Gold, for some of the drawbacks on that one, even though I do respect them for all the stuff that they did to help with getting, you know, the benefits of it out, you know, not outweighing some of the other stuff. But one of the things was, I believe they gave up the rights. Big West left them with the original and Do You Remember Love of not being able to be, you know, Harmony Gold still owning that piece, which is why the DLC is of the film. And I believe the other piece was like they get to show the next move. They get to actually release the upcoming Robotech film. Apparently, it's going to happen in Japan.
Ooh. I love those internet rumors where it's like, oh, there's supposed to be a live action Robotech film, and for those who kind of maybe don't know a lot of the story for Robotech Macross, I'm more on the Robotech side. I can't
here,
speak to a bunch
but
of Macross.
I have at least tried to get ask around with the Reddit community and a few others that do know more than myself to help with at least understanding a little bit, at least until it comes out on Disney Plus at some point this year. I know it's already out in Japan, but it should hopefully come out to the US a bit sooner at some point.
So it's very much in line with as you've seen multiple times throughout this game so far, as transforming fighter planes that can transform into 3 different modes. You've got your Guardian mode,
I had to learn how to pronounce it. Thanks for that one, because someone legitimately broke it down phonetically for me.
So you get your walker, you're kind of in between, and then you got your plane.
Yep. I do have to say, I do love the actual name for it in Japanese, Valkyrie. Screw Veritech.
I like that.
I could see someone like Roy basically saying, yeah, screw that, we're just going to call it that. That's my thought in headcanon for that one. Now, I could be doing
I can agree
a bit more, but I want y'all to get a sense of this music here. Which is a huge pillar in the franchise.
Well,
Go ahead.
like idols and idol culture, like the idol culture is in like the idol bands, music, huge part of the Macross shows.
Yes. I mean, I was just telling Eric and Joe earlier, my significant other is not a huge fan of mech animes or that kind of stuff, doesn't like violence that much. Had her listen to some of the music from this, explained like, how much of a part this was like, and her response was like, why haven't you showed this to me before? And that's just off the music. If someone who does not like that kind of stuff can just sit back, relax, and enjoy just the music itself, that should say something.
Yeah, because it's very much in line with your idol music today, and I think I'd even went ahead and said, like, even close to the VTubing scene.
Yeah.
Because there was a couple different virtual idols within the Macross series, wasn't there?
Plus, I believe, on that one, idol on that one, is AI, or some hybrid of it, which we will be healing that one.
So we can all thank Macross for giving us VTubing.
I mean, Macross gave a lot
It's
of
gonna be my
things.
trivia.
I mean,
You know what? It's true.
very true. I'll tell you though, one of the things is I'm happy I actually get to use Shin as has some of the best stats. He's from the OVA prequel, which OVA, for those that don't know, is original video animation, if I recall correctly, is the full acronym for it. Also, those satellites that we get rid of allows us to unlock the music. It's complex on this one. This game is more of a, like that, like, hey, let's put all the characters together and have, like, a celebration-style game.
I think I'm here for it. I like those kind of games.
I mean, I wish we could have gotten more, of the non-shmup games for it, but you take what you can get on that one. Anyway, we're going to avoid some of the attacks here. Back there, angle our missiles here, which is what you've seen we've been using the right stick for.
I very much want to believe they actually have this music playing in the cockpit.
Probably. Also, chat pointing out the actual idol from it is definitely a VTuber. Anyway, we're going to line up here. Each of the songs give bonuses. This one increases the number of shots on screen, which actually does make this fight a bit easier.
I love that the music actually affects the gameplay.
And as I said, while it's playing, it does, affect things. I'm trying my best to play well enough for you without trying to go too fast, without going too slow in order to give you all the opportunity to hear some of this amazing music. So we'll see a few small changes here and there, but it is also meant to be an entertainment and a showcase of everything. Because I didn't line up things perfectly, I had to take a tiny bit of extra damage, but Saturday Orion's isn't as bad as long as I've got some stuff at the beginning.
Well, I'll say, as somebody who is notoriously horrific at shmups, you're doing a great job.
Oh, absolutely, Magius. You are absolutely killing it right now. And to be able to give the commentary you're giving while you are also going through the game is just phenomenal. Do you mind if I just jump in really quickly to remind everybody about some of our open bid wars and incentives?
Not at all. Also,
awesome. I really appreciate it.
One person in chat helping to provide a lot of the more subtle information.
Hey, we welcome it. Everyone in chat, if you have additional information that you want to give and you want to also donate to Little Warriors, please feel free to send it in the form of a donation. Everybody, we are at $1,103 raised for Little Warriors, and if you go to donate, we get a couple of items that you can put your donations towards. We have a character name bid war that is open. You're going to get to name one wizard and one druid for the Ultima 3 Exodus run coming up next, right after this run. So you got to get this in before the start of that run. The two top options will be picked right now. Purse is in the lead at $20. Also tied for first is Smileface, and Bingus in third place with $10. You have an opportunity to make a difference, to pick a name and have your say in Ultima 3 Exodus. And for that incentive, the Kill Lord British incentive, it is a tradition in Ultima 3 to kill Lord British. Let's make that happen. Long live the tradition. That sits at $28 of the 100 needed to unlock it. $72 will get us there. I know we can do it, chat. I believe in you. Let's make it happen for Prevent-a-Thon 4.
I'll also state this is the Gearlock/Guardian mode, the hybrid version of it. Derek, do you want to explain why that there actually exists an actual 50-foot tall robot mode?
So canonically, the robots are about 50 feet tall or so. That's because the aliens that originally created these, according to Robotech, let me be very clear, according to Robotech lore.
According to the community, from what I've asked, a lot of the Macross saga for that is a bit faithful.
Okay.
So there is some differences, but some of it is also the same on that one.
50 feet tall aliens called the Zentradi. At one point, they crashed their battleship on Macross Island, and a whole city actually got built around it, and they discovered the Valkyries, or the Veritex in the Robotech English dub, and they're 50 feet tall. And they can transform between the planes and the Guardian Walkers and the Battloids, or the Battle Mechs.
To be fair, part of the reason, from what I recall, it was not that they discovered it, they found out that the size of it made them realize it was 50 feet tall, and they basically reverse engineered some of it from what I recall on that one.
Yeah, I think they did a lot of, we don't know how this works, but if we poke it this correct way, we can get it to do some cool stuff.
I mean, they had to save humanity. Humanity basically, when it crash landed, ended a giant war that had been going on because, hey, we're not alone. And do you think we should shut up and let them listen to this iconic piece of music?
Yeah, it's Lin May, so yes. God, such good music.
Yes, it is. I almost made it move there.
Okay, so I have to ask.
Yeah?
Min May or Lisa?
That's hard to tell on that one.
You know what? As a whole...
And
Ooh.
it's okay. It's okay. I figured something like this would happen, but that's part of the estimate, so it looks like you all get to hear a bit more of Doing My Love once we get back.
I'm here for it.
That's part of the reason for the estimates. I always try to not have a death, but it can happen. And since I'm trying my best to help let y'all hear the music as well, some mistakes can happen. Then again, it does give me a chance to, have slightly more health, but at the same point, it's still, as you can start to see, the longer a boss fight goes on, the harder it can get.
Fair. It also gives us some more time to get donations in for the next Ultima run.
Yes, and I know Mike really loves that game.
I've got to see it a couple times, and it's a great looking game.
I know for Limit Break, I believe at one point he actually had his kid with him on stage helping out for one of the past Limit Breaks.
There you go. I almost had my kiddo joining us tonight. I was like, no, thank you, not right now. You should be in bed. But it is something, as someone who grew up with Robotech, it's actually something I'm looking forward to being able to show them and say, hey, so let me age myself and show you what I grew up with. Yes, cartoons did look this way.
But we still had amazing, amazing things.
I tell you what, if somebody had told 10-year-old me, hey, in the future, we're going to have fighter ships that turn into robots, I would have lost my mind with happiness.
I think a lot of us would.
Between this, Voltron, this was my introduction, technically speaking, to anime, and to cartoons that carried a little bit more depth than the cartoons of the 90s were apt to do.
I mean, some of them did carry a good story, but some of them also had problems with it. And I don't mean that negatively, but as far as just like having to walk that thin line.
Yeah, no, I can agree with you there.
We'll position ourselves here so we can avoid some of the attacks. Again, trying to walk a very fine line between, as I have no clue how to pronounce the name in chat, points out Fire Bombers, one of the bands from the band from Macross 7, doesn't get enough love, and I recall seeing a random thing, at least according to Anime News Network, they're apparently releasing a new album later in the year.
Oh.
Yeah. I can tell I've been playing a little too much the very hard mode, adjusting from the damage and where the attacks are. Wanna fire that?
I'm just impressed at how well you're doing. Not to commentary curse.
Oh, it's
you,
okay. It's quite alright. Side scrollers are where I pick up, my skill from this type of stuff. Although the one thing I do love about this game is that it makes people have to learn at least the basics of all three different styles of gameplay on that one, with top-down, horizontal, and side.
Yeah, I like that it has it seamlessly mixes the three, which is something you don't really see in a lot of shoot 'em ups sort of style, like your Gradius, your Galaga. What are the other oldest ones that I can think of that make me sound ancient? And I am at this point.
There we go, Magius. Great recovery.
GG's.
And I really got that in just to finish it off, just as.
Perfect timing. Chat, everybody, let's keep giving our energy to Magius, getting through that level. Phenomenal. Again, I can't imagine how difficult it is to be giving this amazing commentary while also going through a difficult shoot-'em-up like this.
Not just that, but also trying to make sure, to play just slow enough, but good enough so you all get the music. And honestly, I have to say, considering, to be honest, one of the reasons why I like Shin as, a character on that one, he reminds me of Jack from Battle Cry. For those that know it, you know it.
Oh, I spent many an hour playing Battle Cry.
Speedrun for it is actually amazingly good. I helped root that one. It was the second game I ever rooted as a speedrun for. That one is very fun.
That's more of, for those who don't know, that's more of a it's almost like a mission-by-mission retelling of Robotech Macross Saga.
I'd say for the first chapter. After that, it is sort of its own thing.
Fair. I remember playing that game so much.
The speedrun is definitely worth learning at some point if you ever feel like it. Just because it's like, it gives you a lot of sense of just like, you get good at movement tech, you get good at a lot of stuff, you learn the basics of like momentum, controlling things. Plus it's one of the only times where you will actually see deliberate use of acceleration of a Valkyrie into an enemy and holding it there. Because some of the boss fights with janky hitboxes allow you to just run straight into that one, hold the direction properly, and immediately just like take them all out. Also,
I can believe it.
I will point out, you're noticing me trying to get to the center of the screen before each transition. This is because, just like a game like Mega Man 1, it does let you, it does move you to the center of it, at least for some parts of it, so it is a lot easier to try to go for that than it is to, it's a free time save, it's a small time save, but it's a free one. Sadly, we beat this mission so fast, I can't really let y'all have the music. But that doesn't really mean... Oh no, could I? Maybe I can get just the tiniest bit of it. I mean, the music track for this one, at least for the current set order I've got, is from Macross 0. And although Shin's wasn't the best idol, it is the more choir style one, so it's... well, you'll get to hear a little bit of it. I want to move up here, by the way, so we can avoid the shots. Quickly fire some missiles there, move up here, pop an assist attack because a full screen style vertical assist attack can be very damaging because it's designed for vertical, not horizontal. I'm going to position here. Pop two of those there, finish that off and get the quick kill and just land here. Now the bonus for our idol here is to increase the speed at which the assist attack recovers. And you can just see how, since I was not perfectly centered, how it slowly had to move me towards the center. So that does cost a few seconds there.
I love it. I think one of the things that sticks with me from the show is there's a distinct scene where they're in space and they've got a battleship for an arm. Because at one point they connect the one aircraft carrier to the giant space fortress, and then they punch another ship with that battleship and release a bunch of mechs into the middle of the ship.
Well, not just that, but they also transform into the mech before then.
It's such a cool... Like, as a kid, you're watching and going, did that ship transform, punch another spaceship with an aircraft carrier, and then release ships inside of the other spacecraft?
And not just that, that was after the hyperspace fold to get to the... out of dodge when the Zentradi attacked.
I think Robotech might be on some streaming platforms.
It is, actually.
I'd recommend going and watching it. It's so cool.
I mean, people complain about Harmon Gold on some stuff. I will argue some of the legal battles on that one, I'm not going to go there. At this point, it's like both of them, like, I always tell people, no matter which, games of the franchise I am running, whether it be Robotech or Macross, just check out the source material. They're all good. They're all very good.
I kind of hold the feeling of, you know what, Harmony Gold might have done some, you know, iffy things at the table or legal proceedings, whatever that may be.
But
this is something I grew up with, and I don't know that without them we wouldn't have it.
Oh, honestly,
and so I can say, like, man, it helped. For me, it helped
change who you are.
Yeah, the fan that I am of anime and even Robotech to this day. So it's like I have to be thankful that I got to see it the way I did, even if it's not under the best circumstances, if that makes sense.
It does. Although I honestly wish the Sentinels, the attempt at the time to make a sequel, had actually, you know, been able to take off. Just because that would have changed how anime was looked at for a long time. Because I believe part of their original idea was to have the show first air in the US and then Japan. So it would have been closer to something like Space Dandy, which didn't happen, or years later where that finally happened.
Yeah. I love the music in this game.
I know. And that's why I said I'm slowly trying to give you all the music while playing as fast as I can. In fact, at some point I want to try to actually see about creating a category that's called All Songs, where you're required to actually play fast enough but slow enough to actually have each piece of music finish.
You know what? I think you could do that.
It'd have to be on something like very easy, but again, I do have to say,
I think it would be. As a speeder, I think that would be actually kind of one of those cool. It's one of those kind of niche categories that kind of gets people
interested
into the game. Yeah.
And honestly, even then, like, you know, we have categories for every character, for every difficulty. You need to still add like a couple of them for some of the characters, but we have at least 2 characters on there, and you'll get a good consistent time with all of them on that. And it's, as I said, I've been trying to make sure that when the game, you know, when more people pick it up on the 6th December, you know, because as I said, I know a lot more people have just been waiting for the English localization, just because of the, like, them holding off on that one. Like, here, see the run. Here you go. You guys can pick your character, read it to start doing that one. I've got a boss tutorial for normal, which I need to update slightly, you know, for a few of the other strategies, like, you know, all in for y'all. Sorry I couldn't get you to the end of it, but
I'm genuinely thinking about picking this up because I've got, you know, a little bit of holiday vacation coming up, and
it is good.
I'm pretty sure if I don't find myself doing something, I will drive my family up the wall.
I mean, I mean, it is a great game to actually just learn the basics of, like, how to run a shmup. It takes you a little bit to get used to it, but as I said, it's like, it is great for helping you learn to be good at, you know, twin stick moving and, you know, just like dodging. Like, I personally am using a controller. If you're on PC, you know, mouse, keyboard, other types of stuff, like, I've talked to some, you know, people that are Toho, or, you know, aficionados, and, like, found out thanks to helping out with Retro Game TV Live's, you know, annual September event for, you know, shoot 'em ups, that you know, there are top levels to even games like that for people that will use controller or, you know, arcade or stuff like that. So you don't have to think like you have to be the best at, you know, just use mouse and keyboard or other stuff like that to play at a top level.
Yeah, I am a huge advocate of playing the way that is fun and makes the most sense for you. Because there are games that I can do controller with. There are games that I will refuse to do controller with. But it's just all about ease of access. And I love the fact that it has both of those, mouse and keyboard and controller.
Well, I haven't...
Accessibility is king.
I haven't played it on PC, so I can't confirm that, but I can only assume that most likely it probably does. But I will say that you know, as I said, one of the reasons why I even picked up the game was it came out a couple days before the Anime Speedrun Festivals, which is the anime speedrun community's annual marathon to just, celebrate anime games. Their submissions closed, so it's like, I got about a week and it changed. Like, see how far I can go. I mean, it's already submitting a couple of games on that one, and figured to go with that one. Managed to. Oh, I gotta stop right now. This is my favorite song in the game, and the way this boss fight locks out to it, we gotta be dancing with the game.
That sounds suspiciously close to ska. I'm hearing the ska.
There. The benefit for this piece is that it actually gives defense. I will point out though that I don't know if this is a Switch exclusive or not, as I only have the Switch version and I don't have a PlayStation 4 or 5 or the PC version. You can actually manage to dodge through some attacks as far as just having like no hitbox or something. I don't know if that's from Switch exclusive or not. It's hard to tell with anything on the Switch, but it does make it a bit, easier on that one to some degree, but it does not stop the fact that you still have to actually enjoy stuff and beat drop. Wow.
I love how energetic this music is.
Yes, it is so good. I mean, it's like, I don't want to talk because I want the viewers to actually just enjoy the music.
Where is our Steam music soundtrack that we'll all pay an extra $10 for?
YouTube right now, I guess. And I don't want to say anything negative, but again, line up in the center on that one so we don't have to move back. As I said,
They really?
like, we're at least through halfway of the game on that one.
Awesome. Magius, you can very clearly see your passion in this game, and I think that when the English version comes out in December, that they are going to have a great support with you being a part of that community. And speaking of support with a great community, here at Prevent-a-Thon, we've been rolling since June of 2023. And at this point, we have raised $5,724 for Little Warriors throughout our events. And with that, we have a new milestone opened for everybody. If we are able to reach $6,000, we will be making a brand new milestone that we cannot wait to make that change into the world. That's only $1,379 to roll here, and then we can reach the $6,000 mark. Canadian dollars, of course, which is just as great, but for an amazing charity like Little Warriors. Everybody get those donations in and let's help make a change in this world.
There you go.
I know one thing I have said, that if this ever gets into a in-person marathon, I am going to tell everybody, like, I want to see all the participation. I want you all to get up, dance, and just, like, if you know the words, sing it. Every piece of music.
That would be cool.
I mean, I got to show it off as a remote run to one of the people I know that was trying to start something for some of the retro game events earlier in the month, and I did that for him as a favor, and basically told him, tell everybody there, I want to hear audience participation. I want them to get up and enjoy the music. I mean, that's one of the things it's for.
Yeah, because something that is very much within the Macross Robotech environment is music is so important to it. That is, in one section of Robotech alone, music is the key part of their strategy for one of their final battles.
I believe that was, I know it's 7, it's legitimately what they used to fight the aliens for that one. Also, shout outs to the sort of Star Fox section here.
I can see it.
We're gonna line up here, make
like-
sure to get that one there. For this section, you want to just roll some, let the enemies come to you, and use your missiles, at least for Shin, to help take out as many as you can. Shin does not have the best amount of missiles or range, but he's not the worst. So you just want to actually just use that to your advantage. Also, I love the boss for this battle, for this mission. There's reason for that one.
Oh, wow. They look like Hercules beetles.
But no, I love this boss also because they give you, there are two different targets with a full screen movement type thing with a full screen attack. I wonder, what are the odds of that basically hitting all of them?
At least 95%.
Easiest boss of the game. So we're gonna position here, line up here, and just do that there. I am not going to try to deal with giving you... I'm not going to try to avoid 2 attacks worth of stuff to actually make you, to give you a bit more, sadly. But that was part of the way I set up the set list in the sets, which we still have yet to decide whether or not that should be allowed for the leaderboards. I stuck a pin in it when I found that one out. Like, there's only one other runner that's, one of my fellow Macross and anime speedrunners, and one of the people from the PS2 game, as to whether or not we should allow it or not. I'm coming around to saying yes. They're like, sure, why not? So that's like something that we'll probably, finally get decided on. But I'm liking the idea. Makes it a lot nicer for marathons to give you all some good music on top of, helping to adjust some stuff for players that might need, help with a certain ball. With some bosses here and there, you can put like the defense increase or the less attack, less damage, like less shots on screen.
Are those the Zentradi battle pods?
Yes, this is
Okay.
Remembrance Medicine. It is the stage. This is your DLC stage.
Okay. I was like, those... Okay, underneath my desk, and I can take a picture of it and post it in the Prevent-a-Thon Discord, which if you're not part of, you should be part of it. Come join in the hangout and the fun. I have the Robotech tabletop game with all the minis sitting underneath my desk. Have you got to see that?
I have not.
I will take a picture of it and send it to the Discord. It is like, think Warhammer minis, and they are all Robotech. I got it for birthday or Christmas. I'm gonna go ahead and lean on almost a decade ago, and I've never put any of them together because I don't want to mess it. It is so cool.
I'll also point out for that type of stuff, for the parts where you're in the Battleoid and having to shoot down targets, it is faster to do the best you can on that one. We're going to release this here to make it easier for getting rid of some of the enemies. Sadly, because we can beat things fast enough, we really won't get the music here, sadly. It's sad that we'll have to go without hearing one of that pieces.
That just means that viewers can go out and go get the game and give it a try themselves.
Yes.
Boom.
Well, yes, definitely on that one.
Wait till December 6th if you want the English translation.
Or just go get it now. It's on Steam.
Do it.
Buy a copy for your friend.
Mageius, do you mind?
Go ahead.
Absolutely. I was going to say, do you mind if I jump in quick?
Not a problem. Not a problem.
All right, we have a $5 donation from Alara, and they say, "Hey everyone, thank you for being here and supporting Prevent-a-Thon. It is an absolute pleasure to be supporting this event. It is one of my favorite times of the year. The staff and teams are all great people, and on top of it all, it is a fantastic cause. Everyone involved, be it on stage, backstage, or in the audience, makes this one of the best marathons for the speedrunning community. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to Cell and the rest of the Prevent-a-Thon team for making this happen." Thank you so much, Alara, for that very well thought out and thoughtful donation.
And we've now reached Alluring Planet. This would be stage 9 without the DLC, and at present, sadly, the one thing is that unless you get into the Japanese version, it looks like the DLC stage won't probably come to the US. One of the positives for it, actually picking up the Japanese version on that one. Although I will point out, since it's just adding an extra stage, it's not technically needed for the speed run, and we really haven't decided on. And it's really, might be an extra category at some point. I just tend to put it with DLC to make it easier to distinguish, like, this is going to include it versus not. But you also see me, like, using my missiles, because I can drill it in the 360 degree, to help with avoiding things. Quickly get that there, move there. I'll tell you, one of the things, Derek, if you haven't tried it before, have you ever played the mobile game for Robotech?
No, I don't think I have.
There's actually a speedrun leaderboard for it.
Don't mind me bookmarking it to go find that later.
Yeah, it took me a bit to find, a good emulator for it, for it, since it's from the mid-2000s and mobile Java really, like, there is no way to play that and actually really showcase that off. But it's, but, like, emulators allowed, as is, if anybody wants to use the fact that you can load it on modern phones and, stream it to Twitch and get a run of it, feel free to do that as well. It's actually it's actually based off of Part 3.
Ooh. I will say, if a game company wanted to basically print money, and I would be the one throwing my wallet at it, give me a flight simulator style game, but it has the Valkyries in it.
I think there is like 1 to 2 of that in Japan, but I have not looked through all the games on that one.
I would pay an almost unfathomable amount of money to have a full setup. I can fly a Veritech, the Valkyrie, and do missions. An unspeakable amount of money I would be willing to throw my wallet at.
Also, here is our VTuber. Normally this would be on stage 4, but since I'm almost always going to take the entire length of the song for stage 4's boss, it's just easier to put this here and give you all dearly remembered love. And that's because of a little thing here. That's all the boss is going to do for the entire first phase. So we're just gonna...
This is a Star Fox game.
So we're just gonna sit here and let y'all listen to Wanna Be an Angel. If you got anything to say, feel free, Joe. If not, let's let the audience listen to the music.
Well, I'd love to give everyone a quick update about our incentives. Please, if you have the opportunity to donate, it would be greatly appreciated. When you go to donate, you can simply do so by clicking that link in the chat, bring you to our donation landing page. Very simple, type in all your information, and while you're there, select an incentive. We have 2 incentives open at this point. We have a character name bid war for Ultima 3 Exodus. Right now, it's between Bingus, Purse, and Smileface, but if you want to put in your own suggestion, 9 characters max, you can do so, but you have to donate to be able to do that. And we've also got the incentive for Kill Lord British for Ultima 3 Exodus. Long Unlive the King. That currently sits at 33 of the $100 needed to unlock it. I believe in you, chat. 67 gets us there. You can snipe it, continue that tradition, and let's make it happen for Prevent-a-Thon for that amazing charity, Little Warriors. It's all you, Magius.
Thank you.
Actually, I have a question for you, Joe, real fast.
Go for it.
Is that smile face spelled out, or with like a semicolon or a colon and a parenthesis?
It is spelled out. Capital S-M-I-L-E, capital F, just one word.
Okay, my brain was sitting here going, it could be both. Both would be funny.
Also, we're now on the final mission of the game, which is based off of shooting insight. How am I looking on time, anyway?
Looking great so far. Right now, you are short, slightly over 45 minutes.
Okay, so figure this will be about a 50-minute time, as this mission takes about 5 minutes. 5 to 6 minutes. Which is one of the reasons why my estimate is at least 10 minutes, because I have died on the final hit of the final boss before. And that's no joke. All the ammo, all the actual shots on screen at the time are still live. Also, at this stage, you do get a medley of music. So, remember how I said we wouldn't get to hear one of those pieces of music? Well, I lied. It's one of the medley pieces, so it was safe to sort of tuck that one away. Welcome to Dynamite Explosion. Also, fun fact, if any of you have ever seen the anime character eating a leaf meme, the singer is actually that character.
I'm trying to think of the anime eating a leaf meme. I'll have to find it later. I know I've seen it. I just can't think of it.
I forget his name, but you know the singer for Macross 7?
Very, very, very vaguely.
Yes, it's him, if I recall correctly. Anyway, we're gonna go up here, down here, up there. Go up here this way. Over here. Dynamite Explosion does increase the enemy health, so it's one of those benefits that's like, it is useful. Also, chat, sing it with me. Dynamite Explosion once again. Dynamite, dynamite, dynamite Explosion once again. Dynamite, dynamite, dynamite Explosion once again. Dynamite, day, every night, every...
I love it.
Got it. As I said, this is one of those pieces where I think everybody, you know, join in, sing along. You know.
The in-person dance pit. I like it.
I mean, also, this piece. We're going to be dancing with the game again in a little bit. Hopefully, I don't die.
I am bopping along in my chair. I like how they're all so high energy, and especially this, you know, getting later into the night for some of us on the eastern side of the states. Need a little energy to keep us a little energized and awake.
Yep.
To be able to watch all of this marathon. And it's a great excuse to stand up and stretch.
Go up with this, like that there. So I have to get hit. We'll move over here, this way, here. Move here. Use our missiles here to slowly guide the shots around. Get this one, and we get into a Battleoid version. Count it down with me for this. Beat drops in now.
That was so cool.
I mean, we're going in to dance the night away, basically.
So I imagine there has to be a Macross, like DDR style game.
I don't know on that one yet. I do know it has, you know, had a couple of live stage shows. I believe it's...
That doesn't shock me.
I believe it's also had, like... God, I forget the number of albums or the number of OVAs. I know someone in chat probably is going to crucify me for not knowing that one. But, again, I do what I can, all. Move up here, pop this one here. We're gonna...
Hey, where there's a will, there's a way. And if we go ask Cell and Zoku, maybe Spin Rhythm XD can have a Macross, you know, thing lined up for us.
I mean, also we're going to slide over here to lead all the enemy attacks. Move up here, down here. I have to say, I do love this piece of music. Although the medley does change based on which character you're playing as. Do you have enough health for this one? You should.
When I first heard this song, I genuinely thought, and I'm not being ironic or funny in this, I thought it was a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure song. That opening riff sounded like something you'd hear in JoJo. And I was like, am I listening to the right music? And it was really interesting.
Sorry to interrupt you, we're at the final boss. The second, as long as you have assist attacks, second easiest boss in the game. That's why I said as long as you have assist attacks, and at least the character that can damage a little bit, we're going to move up close here. Wait till it fires there, go like this, then immediately line back up. Also, I do know at minimum there are 4 songs in the medley, if not more, just because some of the characters taking a bit longer, so you're having to avoid some damage to attack, get through here. So we're gonna move up here, move here, fire there, and final boss is gone. So time will be coming up in a few seconds. And time will be in 3, 2, 1. Time.
GG.
Hopefully.
Awesome job.
I know I could have sped it up a bit faster, but this is a marathon, and this is Macross, and it's got just so much good music.
Awesome. Magius, do you have any shout-outs for us?
Shout-outs to all of you letting me show this off. Also, I do have to say, shout-outs to the community, shout-outs to everything else like that. If y'all want to follow me, it's twitch.tv/mageius1. That's MAGEIUS1. Huge thanks to Derek for hopping in and helping provide commentary for me. Same thing with you, Joe. Can I promote upcoming events, or should I just let you all focus on this?
Let's move forward on to the next one, but we super duper appreciate you being here with us and really giving us a great showing with Macross here. Everybody, let's give it up one more time for Magius for that amazing hard run. Really, truly, the way that you're able to navigate through that while doing commentary is second to none. And everybody, that is going to do it for me here tonight at Prevent-a-Thon 4. But worry not, we'll get to hang out again tomorrow night, starting with the Lord of the Rings Return of the King run. But you know what? So far today, 2 days, almost 2 days, because I know you're going to finish tonight strong, we have raised $1,128 for Little Warriors. I know that we can reach even new heights, and although our time might be coming to an end tonight, I'm going to be leaving you with the absolutely amazing Alara. Till next time, everybody. See ya.